Hey there, Shane with Senior Portrait Secrets Live here. We're not live right now, but we are every Tuesday on Facebook, so check that group out. Senior Portrait Secrets on Facebook. Like that page so you'll be notified when we're live every Tuesday at 12 Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. Hey, today we're going to talk about off-camera flash on the cheap. So if you're looking to get into off-camera flash, you don't have tons and tons of money to spend around, we are going to show you how to get started today. So, get your pens and papers out or whatever. What? Get ready to take notes because here we go. Okay, so let's jump right into it. We're going to be talking about, like I said before, off-camera flash on the cheap. If you're on a budget and you really do want to do the off-camera flash, you want to add that to your toolkit as far as photography goes. There are ways to go the expensive route and you get the best of the best, and there are features that you can't get for cheap, but honestly you can do without those right now. Those are handy down the road. We will talk about those in other videos, but let's talk about how you can get to off-camera flash on a budget. Well, the first thing you need, of course, is a light source. So when we're talking about light sources, there are different ways to go. You can go with studio strobes, you can go with more value budget strobes like a Paul Buff Alien B, and those are going to run you about, depending on which one you get. If you got the least expensive one, it's about $220. Not a whole lot of money, but hey, you can get a Speedlite for $65. These Yongnuo Speedlites are camera specific, so you want to make sure that you get the one that corresponds with the type of camera that you shoot. So if you shoot Canon, Nikon, Sony, etc., and you want to make sure that when you're shopping for this, you're getting the one that's for your camera. Now, these have really good features, and they used to be really, they're still cheaply made. That's how they keep the cost down. But as you can see, it looks great, and it does have some really nice features. And these features have been available for the last few years on these Yongnuo units. For example, built-in trigger. It's a radio trigger. That means that it does not need line of sight. It will trigger through walls, so you can, if you need to flag your light or block the light off from hitting your subject, or if it's a background light or whatever. It doesn't matter if the light can see your camera or your camera can see your flash will trigger. So also has high-speed sync, which is great if you need to get control of that ambient light in a very bright day and you need to go above your camera sync speed. It does have that capability. Through the lens metering just means that it's like an auto mode for your flash. Just think of the little green camera that you would use on your camera. If you go into auto mode, that's what TTL is for your flash. It's not perfect. Man, it sure is a time saver when you know how to use it. So TTL is available. So that is a great light source for you for just $65, and I recommend that as a starter. Light modifiers. Now, you have different qualities of light. You've got a harsh light, you've got a soft light, examples there of each one. So which should you go with? If you want to go with a harsher light, you want one of these. Just go with bare bulb. You wouldn't need a modifier at all if you go with a bare bulb. 7-inch reflector is the little cone-shaped reflector, silver reflector that you see on the second one there. Third one, beauty dish. And then a silver bounce umbrella. All of these provide different variations, different levels of harsh light. Soft light, white umbrella, softbox, octobox, strip light, beauty dish with a sock over it. That's this one, this beauty dish, but with a diffuser on top of it. So then you have your ice light, which is a constant light source. I do not recommend that as a starter because it is it's not going to give you a great amount of light for any situation, as these other modifiers are built for strobes, and the Speedlite is more powerful. So which should you go with? Soft light, harsh light? Which of these modifiers should you do? Here's my recommendation. Get yourself a beauty dish, and then make sure either it comes with a sock that fits it, or you can buy a sock separately for an inexpensive amount of money that will go over that. That way, with a beauty dish without the sock, you're going to have a harsher light. If you're photographing a guy like I did in the football player in the locker room in the picture before, you would have perfect setup. That's what I used actually, was a beauty dish undiffused or without the sock. And then if you're wanting to photograph a female, you're going to want soft light on them. It's more flattering. It gives the more softer, gentler touch. You put the sock on it. You have one modifier that you can modify, pardon the pun, and have either harsh light or soft light. You can get this set up for $73. And then the third thing that you're going to need is you're going to need to be able to wirelessly trigger your flashes. So this is what I recommend. This is the Yongnuo 622N for Nikon, C if you shoot Canon, and the TX stands for transmitter. So this transmitter would mount on the hot shoe of your camera, and it gives you control over your light without having to walk over to your light. You can control the light output right there from your camera. And guess what? Made by the same company as the Speedlite that I mentioned before. So there's a seamless compatibility. Interaction between the two should be easy. So you want to talk about off-camera flash on the cheap? Check it out. You get your Speedlite for $65, Beauty Dish with the sock included for $73, Yongnuo 622 transmitter $41. How much? $179. How about that for off-camera flash on the cheap? Who says you can't do things for just a little bit of money these days? Certainly $179 is not nothing, but when you think that you would need thousands of dollars to put together a professional lighting kit, then this is not bad at all. Under $200, that gets you there. Hey, I hope that was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was a little bit entertaining, but mostly I hope it was informative for you, so that you can just jump right in there, get started with some off-camera flash. Hey, if you have questions, please leave them in the comments, and we will definitely respond to you. We may make a whole video about your question, because the point of Senior Portrait Secrets is to serve you, the viewer. So we want to make sure that you have all the tools that you need to churn out incredible, beautiful photography for your clients. So like, subscribe down below. Make sure you turn on notifications so you'll know exactly when we post new stuff. And don't forget, tune in Tuesdays on Facebook Live every week, 12 noon Central, 1 o'clock Eastern, and all across the world you can see us doing what we do. So, hey, thanks a lot. Have a great day.